Hi, welcome to Driving TV and I hope you are well, and welcome to another Sunday. In this video I will be answering few of the common questions I have been receiving in the channel. So let's start the lesson. Number one, how many maneuvers do I need to learn for the test? Now there are 4 maneuvers for you to learn. One of them is the parallel parking, where the examiner asks you to stop somewhere safe on the left behind a car, and then you will have to move off and stop alongside of that car and then reverse behind it, which is known as parallel parking or reverse parking. So that's one of them. The other one is for you to stop on the right hand side, reverse 2 car length back, and then move off. Okay, so that's the second one. So the second one is for you to stop on the right hand side, reverse 2 car back, and then move off. That's the second. And the other 2 is bay parking. Now there are 2 types you have to learn for the bay parking. One of them is for you to go forward into a bay and then reverse out. That's one of them. And the other one is for you to reverse into a bay and then go out. Okay, so these are the 4. Now here, let me make one thing clear so you know, because many learners, they think that they'll have to do all 4 in the test. No, you don't. You learn all 4 for the test, but in the test, the examiner will only test you in one of them out of the 4. Okay, so it's one from the 4 you will be tested in the test, not all 4, but you will have to learn all 4 for the test. Okay. Second question is, do I have to do the emergency stop in the test? Now firstly, the emergency stop is not part of the 4 maneuver you need to learn. You need to learn the emergency stop anyway. And number 2, not everyone will have to do the emergency stop in the test. It will be 1 in 3 people. So if there are 3 people in the test, it will be random, 1 person will be doing the test. Or if there are 6 people, it will be 2. And if there are 9, it will be 3. So it depends on, you might get it, you might not. It doesn't mean to say you're not going to learn the emergency stop. You are learning not for the test. You are learning so that if something happens in real life, you will be able to stop the car safely and move off safely. Number 3, how long is the test? The test is 40 minutes long, so you probably will be driving around 38 to 40 minutes. On the day of my test, do I need to pay my driving instructor? Yes, you do. Many learners, they get confused. They think that the money they've paid for the test pays for the instructor. It doesn't. The money you paid to book the test is nothing to do with your driving instructor. So on the day, if you go to the test with your driving instructor, you will need to pay for the time. So 1 hour for the test, and then how many hours you book before the test, you will have to pay for. Normally it's 2 hours, 1 hour before the test and 1 hour for the test. But if you book 2 hours before the test, which means you will have to pay 3 hours, because 2 hours and as well as 1 hour for the test. 1 hour for the test because you are using the instructor's car and their time. And this is why you are paying. The test you paid for is nothing to do with your driving instructor. So on the day, you will have to pay your driving instructor for the time you have been using. What do I need to take with me on the day of my test? You need to take your driving license with you with the photo ID, and that's all you need. But if you have a license which doesn't have a photo ID, which is possible because if you had the license before the photo was introduced, then that means you didn't change and you still have that paper license without the photo ID, which means you will have to take your license with you as well as a photo ID, maybe your passport. So it's a photo ID, driving license, and if you don't have a driving license with a photo ID, then take your license, the paper license, as well as maybe passport as your photo ID. Can I take my own car in the test? Or can I take the test in my own car? Yes, you can, as long as the car is insured, as long as it has an L plate on, the seat belts are working, and as long as somebody takes you to the test. You can't just go by yourself driving there without anyone taking you there. So you will need someone sitting next to you who meets the legal requirements, and also the car should be insured, it has an L plate on, the seat belts are working. Also, the mirror Normally the examiner needs a mirror, a rear view mirror. If you have one, take it with you, and if you don't have one, just make sure you remind the examiner on the day that I don't have the rear view mirror for you, so then they could go and get their own mirror. But it is best for you to take your own car with the rear view mirror extra for the examiner. Can I drive on a bus stop? Yes, you can drive on a bus stop. The difference between bus stop and bus lane. Bus lane you can't drive unless the time is giving you or allowing you to drive. So some bus lanes you can't drive at all, and there are some bus lanes has a time limit, which means that within that time you can't, outside the time you can drive. Okay, if the examiner asks you to stop somewhere safe on the left and there is a bus stop, don't stop on it. Okay, because it's a bus stop, you shouldn't be stopping on a bus stop. Okay, unless you are driving on a following traffic, so there is road work or long traffic and you are just following the traffic, which means you are not stopping. You can't drive on the bus stop, and as you are driving you can't stop because you are following the traffic. Other than that, you shouldn't just stop on the bus stop. So if the examiner asks you to stop somewhere safe on the left, don't stop on a bus stop. Okay, but you can't drive on the bus stop. Many learners, they get confused. So if the examiner asks them to stop somewhere safe on the left and there is a bus stop on the left and they need to stop after the bus stop, they go around it. Don't do that. Go over the bus stop, and after the bus stop, stop on the left. So let me repeat. If it's a bus stop, you can't stop on it unless you are following a traffic. If the examiner asks you to stop on the left and there is a bus stop and you want to stop after the bus stop, drive on the bus stop, and after the bus stop, stop on the left. Okay, so you can drive but you can't stop on the bus stop. Do I need to signal as I go around a cyclist? Now that depends on where the cyclist is. If the cyclist is close to the pavement and you've seen the cyclist from far away and they are quite close to the pavement and you know that you don't have to go around that much, okay, give them enough space. So you've seen the cyclist, make early position, you look at the mirrors, early position, and give them enough space and just go round. You're not making it too much round. You don't have to signal. Okay, if the cyclist is not close to the pavement, rather they are in the middle of the lane and you will have to go round quite a lot, meaning as you go round you will have to go on the other side of the road, then look at the mirrors, put the signal on, look at the blind spot and go round as if you are changing lane. Okay, so if you don't have to go around as much because the cyclist is close to the pavement, then look at the mirrors, early position, no signal. If the cyclist is quite far from the pavement, maybe in the middle of the lane, and you need to go on the other side to go round, then treat it as if you are changing lane. Look at the mirrors, look at the blind spot, signal and go round the cyclist. At the end of the test, will I get to know whether I passed or I failed straight away? Yes, you will. At the end of the test, the examiner will tell you whether you've passed or you've failed, and hopefully you've passed the test. After I pass my test, can I drive straight away? Yes, you can. On the day you pass your test, you can drive from that day onwards with the certificate the examiner gives you before you receive your full license. So the certificate you get at the end of your test will be good enough for you to drive your own car. Just make sure that the car you drive, it's insured. Now, if you have a car or you have been driving your family member's car and you were insured in that car, make sure you know that that insurance is for learners. Okay, so if you pass today, make sure you change your insurance to full driving because you are now a full driver. Okay, so let the insurance company know that you've passed. Once they know and they put you as a full driver, you can drive the car straight away. So yes, you can drive with the certificate that you get at the end of your test before you receive your license, which will be probably in about 3 weeks. So just make sure that the car is insured as a full driver and not as a learner. Okay, so that's it for this lesson. And if you have any other questions, please do let me know on the comment. And I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos, and hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.